Have I got your attention? Good. What am I wearing? Have you ever seen this before? Have a special helmet or hat? Have a special piece of clothing on with a number 31? You ever seen anybody wear this before? I am wearing a football uniform with a football helmet. And it is some people's favorite team called the Seahawks. Go Seahawks. Well, I wore my special uniform so we could talk about something together. We're studying different kinds of clothes, and some different kinds of clothes are called uniforms, and you wear them for special jobs or reasons. So I am a teacher, and my uniform is just wearing comfortable clothes so I can play and get dirty and move around with children. That's my teacher uniform. A football player wears a uniform that protects his head and shows their number that they are so you can tell what they do, and the color of their team so you can tell what team they're for. So I thought it would be fun to add to our clothing informational study about who wears what. And that's a question mark because it's a question. Who wears what? Have you seen these different kinds of uniforms or special clothes with, in your experience? Where would you see this guy? He's a funny clown. Yeah, he might be at a circus or at a show, maybe on TV. What about this guy? What kind of uniform is he wearing? What's he doing? He has a hat to keep his hair out of what he's doing and a white coat. I think he's a chef or a cook. And this guy is another sports uniform. He has a mitt and a ball and a helmet to protect his head, and his body has special gear. That's a baseball uniform. So this has many pages, this book, but I thought I would talk about a few because certain people wear certain uniforms or things. Does your grown-up have a job where they wear a certain kind of a uniform, maybe all one color, or maybe if they work, they build houses or work, they wear something to protect their hat. Maybe someone wears an apron when they're cooking at your house because they don't want to get it on their clothes. So I thought we'd read a few pages in the book. Who wears what? So it's kind of like a guessing game. Guess who wears this hat? Have you ever seen this hat? It says P, P, P. Maybe a policeman or police officer wears that hat. What about this kind of a hat and gloves? What kind of a uniform, or who would wear that? See what it says? Firefighter. A firefighter would wear gloves to protect their hands and a helmet to protect their head. Who might wear this? You ever seen anything like that? That looks like an astronaut's helmet and boots. That could be a race car driver, maybe. Not sure. Police officers wear a uniform and a holster when they're on a job. I'm proud to wear my badge too. It tells everyone that I'm dedicated to keeping people safe. So those are special things that a police officer wears. Firefighter. When there's a fire and emergency, I come to the rescue. My helmets protect my head and my neck from heat sparks, and my jacket and pants are made of a special cloth that won't burn or melt. That is a special uniform for a special job. Oh, yes, it was a helmet for wearing if you were an astronaut in space. My spacesuit protects me when I'm traveling in the space shuttle or working in outer space. It gives me air to breathe and it keeps me warm. What about this kind of a hat? Have you ever seen one of those before? And these. So my dad is a farmer and he farms and has animals and he moves cows. When he moves cows, which is a cowboy, he wears his cowboy hat and his cowboy boots. That is who wears those. Oh, and that's a special kind of a hat that has a protective netting around it. Guess who wears that? Yep, my dad rides horses when he works the cows too. If you're a cowboy, you usually are riding the range on a horse. My boots protect me from my ankles from the stirrups, and my hat keeps me cool from the hot sun. My rugged jeans are tough enough for the hard work that I do. That's the uniform that my dad wore when he was farming and working cows. This is a special hat that protects you from the bees, if you're a beekeeper. My bees seldom sting me, but I still wear a special bee suit to protect myself. A veil protects my face and gloves cover my hands as I work. Yes, honeybees, that's a beekeeper. Oh, who wears what? Who uses these kinds of uniform? What do you think? Have you seen those before? Ah, yes, like the man on the front. He is a chef. A chef says, I'm a chef and I wear my big white hat. It's called a toque, a toque. I also wear a crisp white jacket as I prepare each delicious meal. I did not know that was called a toque. I can't wait to use that word. Oh, so I'm going to go back because I was not sure who wears gloves like that and a hat. And this book is telling us that maybe it's a fisherman. I catch fish from a fishing boat. My rubber boots keep me from slipping on the wet deck, and my orange slicker and my hat protects me from wind and waves. So his slicker makes it so the waves and the water roll off and repel off of this jacket. Okay, I'm going to skip a couple pages. We have time for 2 more. Oh, let's do this one. Who wears what? That's our question. Who wears what? Who wears a white coat and a stethoscope? Stethoscope. Oh, that's a word with 3 sounds. Stethoscope and gloves and a face mask. Oh, doctors and dentists might wear those special uniforms. If I'm a dentist, I wear gloves and a mask to protect from germs. If you have a cavity or broken tooth, don't worry. I'll keep your teeth healthy and your smile bright. We go to the dentist to keep our teeth healthy and safe. The doctor says, I keep a prescription pad in my pocket and I wear a stethoscope around my neck. I listen to your heart and your lungs, and then I check your eyes and your ears. I try to make you stay healthy, but I try to make sure you're healthy, but I'll take care of you even if you're not. That's what the doctor says. Who wears what? So something to protect your head and your hands. Ooh, what are those? Some tools and something to protect your clothing. Who do you think wears that? Oh, so a mechanic or a construction worker or a handyman. If you're a mechanic, you wear overalls to keep from getting covered in grease and dirt, and it protects your skin from dangerous chemicals. And they do work with batteries and different things, so they have to protect all their body. And if you are a construction worker or a handyman, you need a tool belt and a toolbox and something to wear on your head to protect you also. Who wears what? Who wears those kinds of things? I think I've seen who wears those things. You do. You wear special clothes when it's hot and cold, and you wear different outfits for sports or special celebrations. So when it's cold outside, we've talked about all the things you wear to keep warm. And when it's warm outside, you take off all those layers and you protect your eyes with sunglasses and you don't wear very many layers. And if you have something special, you might dress special or wear a special hat. And if you play sports, you might have to wear special shoes or a special uniform or a special helmet. What will you wear today? That's who wears what.